Ooh, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate you. Thank you. Really. Let's go ahead and continue with Synchronicity by The Police. Alright, let's go on with the next track, Mother. Okay? Ever since I listened to the first two tracks on this album, I have gotten so many comments to either skip this track, I'm gonna hate this track, or whatever. Right? Like, I've gotten so many comments about this track. That just makes me want to listen to it more. I'm excited to hear it. I may end up hating it. I may end up loving it. I don't know. I'm just kind of do my own thing here. You know, you just gotta live your life. You just gotta do your thing. I have controversial opinions sometimes. You know, I don't like everything. Like off the top of my head, my most controversial opinion, and I mean, if you watch my album review of Selling England by the Pound, it's right in there. But I'm not a huge fan of Cinema Show. It's good. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's not my favorite song on the album. Nowhere near it. That's my controversial opinion. Anyways, Mother, let's go ahead and get into it. Hope you guys are having a lovely day. Afternoon, morning, nighttime. You may be in your jammies in bed. You may be in your business suit getting ready for work. You might be in your birthday suit. I'm not judging you. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is Mother, and I'm not talking about the South Korean film. That's a good movie, though. Let's do it. I almost spoiled it. Didn't Danzig write that song? Mother! Alright, 100% honest, I didn't hate that at all. Like, I didn't dislike that at all. I like that, actually. People hate that? I guess, alright. when I was reading the comments about this track, it sounded like this was like the worst thing that anyone's ever heard. Honestly, it sounds like Indiscipline by King Crimson. It sounds like Police are doing Indiscipline. This was fine. I kind of like this a little bit. I mean, I like this. Yeah. No, this is kind of cool. I love the like it kind of has a warped procession to it. The way that all the instruments kind of go on. The low end of the bass, of course, you have the screaming and the just maniacal, outspoken going-ons. Which here on this particular track, I do see that it's Andy Summers actually. So instead of focusing on the guitar and everything, he's really focused on just this Oedipus complex that he's got going on. You get some, I think, marimba in here as well. But in the intro, let me pull it back. Here. I think that this is a really cool track, to be honest. This is, once again, I'm going to say it again, this is really like Indiscipline from King Crimson. I like this kind of Eastern horn that we got going on. The percussion, the cymbals and the chimes sound kind of... My mother on the phone. Telephone is ringing. Is that my mother on the phone? Telephone is... That repetitive and yet tension-building guitar that just continues to build up and up and up until eventually breaking. I like this. Especially after the last song, after Oh My God, and the ending there. That's a jam, right? And then off of that, it's completely earth-shattering. As soon as you get into that, it's completely earth-shattering. It's a little bit demented. It's a little bit, as Jasmine said to Jafar, like his beard, twisted. I like this track. I have no problem with this. I would assume that most people probably don't like it because of Summers just like blah 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 blah. That doesn't bother me. It doesn't sound bad to me. It doesn't sound bad. I like it. I'd rather Andy Summers doing what he's doing here rather than some of the punk I've heard. Right? Sometimes like that's just something I haven't gotten used to yet. I'll take this. Or some of that. This was good. I have no problem with that. That was cool. Let's get into the lyrics on this one. Well, the telephone is ringing. Is that my mother on the phone? The telephone is ringing. Is that my mother on the phone? This telephone is screaming. Won't you leave me alone? The telephone is ringing. Is that my mother on the phone? He has a strained relationship with his mom, it seems. Just taking a stab here. Well, every girl that I go out with becomes my mother in the end. Every girl I go out with becomes my mother in the end. I hear my mother calling. I don't need her as a friend. Every girl I go out with becomes my mother in the end. So now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking it's less of an Oedipus complex thing going on, because that's a little weird. And more just like, he doesn't like that his mom is constantly calling him, constantly nagging him. I would just assume that's what he's saying. And eventually he feels that everyone he's with, every girl that he dates, ends up being the same. He's just tired of that. Oh, mother dear, please listen and don't devour me, don't devour me. Oh, woman, please have mercy. Let this poor boy be. Don't devour me. Then he repeats, the phone is ringing, the phone is ringing. And like I said, his mind just breaks. Starts laughing. Mother, mother, mother. I mean, there's not much to look into there. Either way, I like this track. People, I mean, I understand that, this track, I don't know. I like this song. I like this. Let me know what you guys thought, though. In the comments below. You can let me know down there. You can follow me in a bunch of places. Hope you have a wonderful day. It's better than walking in your footsteps. Bye.